My name is Caesar Ellison, and I am competing in lesson plan and delivery in career technical education.
As you guys come in, there will be instructions on the board. Please just read them. I'll also be giving you numbers as you guys walk in. Please introduce yourselves, as I don't know some of you. So let's get started.
To start my lesson, I greet all the students at the door as a class and individually. That way, they knew the expectations coming into my classroom, as well as giving each student a chance to make a brief connection with me as their teacher, allowing me to learn their names and receive better engagement as they feel excited to learn.
As you guys are settled in, your instructions are on the board. You guys can join the Google Classroom.
As the students came into the classroom, I reinforced what I had stated in my introduction in the hallway, so they could have the responsibility to get settled in as quick as possible to get the class started. After the students settle in, I quickly review the outline and objectives with them. This is so they can familiarize themselves with what's to be expected going into the class. Next, I instruct the class to get a writing utensil so they can work as a team to write down as much words they could off the top of their heads for their do now.
When we feel like we're finished, would you like us to raise our hand or something?
You guys have 5 minutes. All right.
So if we finish earlier,
Yeah, you guys can just keep going.
Figure. You got any?
yeah.
Oh, here.
Peacock, Eagle,
I put that.
Jay.
I chose this for the do now because it gets the students in action experience to what disc is. This way, even if they don't know what disc is, they could at least have some general knowledge as to how it works within group assignments.
So group 2 and group 3, how many birds did you guys get?
27.
38.
So far, group 2 is in the lead. And then we're waiting on group number.
How many you have?
Secondly, it is highly engaging for the students, as they often compete with the other groups in the class in order to see who can get the most amount of birds. This promotes student participation in future assignments that we'll do in the classroom.
Hey, Mr. Ellison, I think Gabby's over
Mister,
right.
are you reading on
I
spelling?
think she's right.
No.
Okay.
I think Gabby's right over there, Mr. Ellison. Mr. Ellison, check her. She's right.
38.
She's not waiting.
We have 38, mister.
That's good.
This also means I would have to diffuse any interruptions to the flow of work efficiently so class may flow smoothly.
Who had the most creative bird in their group? What'd you have?
We said we had hippogriff, we had a phoenix, we
Okay.
had a mockingjay, we had a pterodactyl.
Lastly, it allows me to identify what behavior trait each student has. That way, I can use the students themselves as examples in the future class discussion.
So these people that had the most would be classified in the disc analysis as high Ds, right? They want their opinion known fast and immediately.
As I connected the do now to the classroom objective, I encourage the class to take notes as to what each category of disc is and how I was able to determine their behavior types just by observing them work with each other.
Eyes, like I said, with who had the most creative bird, right? I heard Blue McCall, right? I heard a ton from group 2. I'm going to be honest.
Dodo bird.
Yeah, right? These would be classified as eyes.
Next, I define for the class what it means to be each behavior type within DISC.
Jill, have your attention.
Gotcha.
What is this? It's in the basic form, it's a way to analyze behaviors, grouping them into 4 categories. What are those categories, you might ask Jill? And I would tell you, they are dominant, influence, steadiness, and compliance.
When beginning the interactive teacher talk portion of the lesson, I notice a student engaging in off topic conversation. So I attempt to re engage the student by addressing the person's name to get their attention and segueing into the next section with that. This way, the student doesn't feel personally attacked, but can still be able to re immerse themselves in the lesson at hand.
I don't know any of the other one.
I got you. So, what about influence? I kind of gave you some earlier, where I said very sociable, right? But another word, huh? Contagious is good. The word I put is magnetic. So contagious also worked. That's like spot on. Good job, Elijah.
When a student tries to answer a question he doesn't know, another student comes up to his aid almost immediately. As this is behavior that I love to see role modeled by my students, I naturally praise her for this behavior, which makes the classroom environment more comfortable for all the students, as it helps them feel comfortable knowing that a student is ready to help them at any moment.
What's the first thing or an event? Let's say an event that that comes to mind when I say the word compliance.
I think events that come to my mind is like whenever I'm working in the preschool, like if I ask like one of the little friends to do something, they're very compliant with what I say, and like they listen well with all the other bigger influential people inside that room.
Yeah.
All throughout my interactive teacher talk portion of the lesson, I made sure to stop and let the students express their own thoughts and ideas as to how they have already learned how to identify certain behaviors within their own lives. Because when asked a question, the student's mind are triggered to automatically answer. This way, I know that they are engaged when they give their response, and even if they don't, they still have a response ready.
So within your group, you guys will be creating a skit that you guys will be inevitably presenting to the class after the timer is up. Then, as a class, we'll hope to have a discussion about it in order to get to, I guess, the deeper meaning of the actions each person had in their skit.
As the final assignment of the day's lesson, I felt confident in the students' understanding of DISC to have them design a skit with each behavior type in their scenario. This is so they could reach a higher level of understanding in Bloom's taxonomy.
And that leaves the I.
Yeah, basically. And then it's
Okay.
You need to
It's distracted while walking.
and then
So when I get off track and I start talking about
okay.
whatever, like you
That's
guys
a good start. I'm not trying to stop you. I'm not trying to stop you. Go ahead.
As each group started their skit, I came around the room to see if any group needed any clarification, assistance, or ideas of how to start their skit. Without disclosing how to do it, I offered each group advice on how to set up their scenario. This way, they had a little guidance in case they were confused.
for AAC, we have a bake sale and we didn't do nothing.
Guys, look at my block last high score.
Really? I played my game too.
Really?
No, lock
Can
it.
you
Okay.
We're trying to
Stop.
focus on the matter at hand
Okay,
because
okay.
his big sale is tomorrow.
Okay, I'm sorry.
we have a
Do you
bake
guys
sale.
know what time it is at tomorrow? Okay, where's the bake sale gonna be at?
Should we just do it at Stop and Shop?
Yeah, cause like
My mom goes there.
my aunt goes there, bro.
Can you guys stop?
Okay, and see.
You guys talk.
Every group ended up producing a skit of their own, much like this one. This helped not only them, the students in the skit, understand the role of DISC in their scenario, but also the rest of the class, as they get to visually see the scenario play out in front of them and put themselves in that situation as well. This is one of the several reasons why I used the skit as a way of assessing the class and how much they learned. This is because a student's usage of learned content would be able to show me how much they learned from the start of the class to the end. This, along with how accurately they use the content in their skit, is a great way to show their true understanding of disc analysis.
So that is the end of my lesson, of course. You guys know where your homework is. I will be checking in with Marquez next D-Day.
As for the homework, it was to analyze a person in your family and write a paragraph on their behavior traits in the form of disc. This way, they can review at home what they did in class.
Monday actually. Yeah. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed my lesson. Thank you guys for letting me teach y'all today.
Thank you.
And that will conclude my lesson plan delivery for Caesar Ellison. Thank you for listening.